In this premiere episode of Real vs. Real, I, a film director, learn what it takes to train to become a ballerina. Oh my God!
That's not hard.
Get to see backstage at the Nutcracker. And I see if actors in movies are actually doing ballet. Or is it just movie magic?
Some of the most special moments of my life were on stage. I'm so happy now that I can pass everything I learned from the company and professional world to these students. I have many valuable lessons to hand over to them, but mostly the biggest one is to believe in your dreams. You have to train so intensely when you're a student. If you decide this is what you want to do, by the age of 10 on up, you have to be training so intensely. You have to spend all your extra hours training, rehearsing, and that's what a lot of our students do here. You get this amazing discipline from such a young age of how dedicated you have to be to your training.
I think that journey is different for everyone. I always say to my students, it's 30% talents and 70% perseverance. I told my students too, if you want to have fun, I go play basketball or go do sports, because this is not going to be fun. It's so boring. It's repeat, doing the same thing over and over, 10,000 hours to make. So yeah, it's very difficult.
Ballet, it is a sport, but it is a performing art form. The musical score is what makes these ballets so important and so famous. You have to connect with that music and able to portray for the audience and to connect with the audience the meaning of what you're trying to show.
I head over to the Colorado Ballet Society to meet the instructors and get a little more information on what ballerina training looks like. And I take a class myself.
You have any background at all? Oh man, you know what? I have a class in about 10 minutes here. Come and take that class. It is a beginner class.
Sidney, do you think you're gonna do well in class today?
I mean, I do fencing. That's footwork, coordination, athleticism. I got this.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
I got this. I totally got this. I'm official. It's class time. It's time to go. Look how graceful they are and how I'm not going to be. This will be fun.
It's harder for girls actually, because they point shoes. The girls are always stronger than men. That's just the way it is for ballet. And men, we pretty much make the girl look good. It shouldn't be about the boys, but I mean, with the technology, with the data now, cross training and stuff, men are a lot stronger than we were, about 20, 30 years ago.
Now, to you, the viewer, this probably looks easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I may do P90X every other day and have good footwork and coordination from fencing, but I absolutely struggled. I found myself watching the other people for guidance on what to do, and I'm used to explosive movements from trying to wield a sword. What I wasn't used to was that controlled movement, those tiny muscles that make you look good while you're moving. Not to mention, I'm a bit left-right dyslexic.
That foot as much as you can. Here, go point your foot out to the side. Okay. There we go. Now just bring it, bend your knee and leave it where it is.
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Easy.
I was doing opposite.
That's okay. That's great. That's the right idea.
Everyday dancers are in front of a mirror, and so you kind of start to judge yourself. You're looking at yourself all the time. The way you learn is by corrections, from your instructors, from your teachers, who basically tell you what you're doing wrong to help you do it right. And so that can be difficult.
It's an art, but you need to be physical. It's being with the music and cross-body movement, all kinds of things where you just drumming, all that stuff. At the same time, you have to perform it. I mean, know your spacing, know choreography, correcting yourself. It's so many things.
What I found was the hardest part wasn't memorizing the movements, it was listening to the timing of the music and not being so in my head that I lost rhythm. This is a dance after all, but after scrambling to learn all the terminology as well as the different moves, I eventually started to get the hang of it. Kinda. But aside from that, I finished strong and I was finally able to get a little sense of rhythm, but honestly not much. I was still in my head.
Okay, that's not fencing. Lesson learned. That's, I'm gonna feel that. I'm gonna get out of a chair tomorrow and be like, and I was like, and then I realized I don't have rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I did okay.
I give you a C-. We gotta get you on the dance floor, Sidney.
I know. You're like, I can shuffle step. That's about it.
Oh, shit.
Having just experienced a rather difficult first class, it got me thinking about actors training for the big screen. We've all heard about talent going through rigorous training just to fulfill the role of a ballerina. From that one class alone, I just don't think actors can do it. And this is why we use stunt doubles. But even then, how accurate is it?
Oh, it's not accurate at all. We love seeing our art up there for everyone to see, but their narrative is always basically someone who's really passionate with no experience can come in like 4 months, train to be a pre-professional level and ace the audition or get the job or something like that. And that's so unrealistic. It is kind of a detriment to our art. I think it waters down what we do. It waters down the hard work that we put in so that people think ballet is easy, which I guess we're okay with. That's part of the illusion, is that ballet is supposed to look easy, but it's not.
And in Black Swan, there was a lot of controversy.
In a controversy that now has moviegoers doing a double take, this woman says she did many of the film's most unforgettable dance scenes. She is professional ballerina Sarah Lane.
Yeah, this is all me. You can actually see my face sometimes.
I think people really thought it was Natalie Portman doing all the dancing in the movie because, for one thing, a lot of moviegoers don't really know ballet dancing.
It was disappointing. It was an opportunity to show what goes into the work we do and how labor-intensive it is and how physical it is on our bodies. These films bother dancers a lot of the time. They'll cut off the feet, and it's like, well, we want to see the feet. As dancers, we always want to see the whole body. It's like if you're missing part of the body, you're missing part of the expression. And that part could have been really what the dancer was trying to express, and you cut it off. But it is what it is. It's expected, I guess.
Natalie Portman won the Academy Award for Best Actress in her role for The Black Swan. Shortly after, dancer and editor-in-chief of Dance magazine, Wendy Perron, pointed out that there used to be an online visual effects footage clip showing how Sarah Lane's face had been CGI replaced by Natalie Portman in the editing process. But to protect the illusion that Portman had trained so hard to do her own dancing, the studio had this removed prior to the Oscars. It's not a matter of using CGI and stunt doubles. We know that many stars who don't do their own stunts,
Tom Cruise just rode a motorcycle off a cliff 6 times today,
often need professionals to help them do the heavy lifting. No, it's a matter of appropriate credit.
I always do my own stunts. 3, 2, 1, go!
Greg?
Determined to be the kind of director who is willing to do the hands-on research, I go in for my second attempt. Maybe a private lesson from someone younger than me will help.
Today, we are going to work with you on something that you commonly see in the movies called a PK turn.
Oh, this move. Oh my.
All you're going to do is lift tall through your abs.
Okay.
You're going to make sure your tailbone is pressing down into the ground. You want your rotators to be forward over your heels. You want to be lifted through your knees. You want to make sure your big toe and your little toe into the ground. Okay. And hold it there. You're going to make sure that you're still lifted.
Oh my.
That your tail is still to the floor. There's that demi-plie.
Okay.
And we're going to turn you forward, keeping that knee really straight. There you go, very nice.
Okay.
Shift away, great, keeping that heel forward. We're gonna keep our hips even.
Okay.
We're gonna keep this knee really lifted up
goodness.
your leg. And then we wanna keep this knee pressed back.
Okay.
For that turnout.
Oh my God.
There you go, lifting that arch. Very good. Now, we haven't even started the turn yet.
No. Okay.
We're gonna have that plie.
Okay.
There you go.
Up.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
We're still lifted. we're still turned out, and we still are lifting through this rib so that our box has our shoulders, our ribs, and our hips in a line.
My legs are shaking.
And then your foot has to go down.
Okay.
Straight behind you.
Straight behind me.
To release into that fondue again.
Oh my gosh.
We ronde-jean. And we come straight onto that leg.
Oh my God.
And we check our box. Hip down. Yeah?
Okay.
Super hard.
Wow,
Not
yes.
easy. Now to the center.
Oh my. No, I
Now
want
we
the
have
bar.
to turn. Don't look at the floor. We'll throw you down. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, and.
So
And
here.
down, and turn,
And I'm gonna
down,
go up.
and then close it all in.
And then close it all
There
in.
you go.
And then
Yes.
it's so graceful and effortless.
And go.
And I'm gonna open up together and up
Good. Yep.
and out. Do I go out or in front of me?
Arms go.
Okay.
Arm goes back to the side.
Okay.
And open. Close both arms.
Open, and then so when I come up, I close both arms.
Yes. Yes.
And I'll be in this position.
Yeah.
And I continue.
And straight down to the back.
Okay.
And open.
And open.
Okay. Down and.
Oh shoot! Here
Down.
and then.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Down and. PK. And down. There you go.
It's really hard to stay upright. Like, I can't imagine how long it would take to make it perfect. I can feel that everywhere.
Good. Good. You're supposed to. Like I said, if it was easy, your brother would be good.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll leave it to the pros.
Everyone has spent months practicing for this night. But really, it has taken years in the making. And as much fun as I've had taking classes and interviewing everyone, I know that the ballerinas in this room have taken their work seriously and trained so hard for this moment when the curtains rise. These ballerinas, choreographers, and artists are so passionate about their craft. The raw energy and intense emotions are so much more than what I've experienced while watching a movie. To see them dance before a live audience, the orchestra echoing throughout the theater, movements flawlessly executed, smiling as they push their bodies to maximum athletic performance, is nothing short of awe-inspiring. And I have to admit, the silver screen just is not the same. Special thanks to the Colorado Ballet Society for supporting this documentary with their time and generosity. If you want to take a class with their amazing instructors, information is in the description box below. Also, if you want to know how I make these films, the script and behind the scenes are on my Patreon. I explain how I book interviews, reach out to people, travel to location to shoot, what gear I use, how I ask my interview questions, all the chaos that goes into making a film, and how many people it took to make this. So check it out. Also, if you like this video, you'll love the next one, which is about real-life sword fighting versus what we see in the movies. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.